Welcome back to Lost Dimension. Last time, our investigations into who the traitor is turned up some interesting info. We didn't actually confirm who the traitor was, but we did confirm that Toya is in fact safe. And in fact, now that we know he's safe, I guess we can do a conversation with him quickly. So yes, according to Deep Vision, he is basically clear. For this floor at least. That doesn't mean that he won't betray us later. Oh.
Well.
Oh, that is interesting.
I see.
Yeah, marking one room does make a lot of sense. So yeah, this is actually a different room, even though it looks completely identical to the last one. Huh, well, he's certainly changing a little bit, so at least we know he's trustworthy for now. And I've got two choices. Both are people who I'm quite high with at the moment, but I want to go for him because I haven't actually had a conversation with him recently.
Hey. But nope.
Yeah, well, if you try and drink from strange bodies of water, you might, well, find out they're acid, and then, yeah, that would end badly for you. Well, that was an interesting conversation, in the loosest sense of the word. Yes, I should just quickly get hers out of the way.
Huh?
Yes.
Yeah, this room does seem pretty safe, but I do, well, according to George's skill tree, there were traps and treasure chests. So I'm not sure if those are going to show up sooner or later. Oh, right, so he's finding out more about his powers. Looks like the times he can use it are limited. Yeah. Gotta be careful who you tell about that, because the traitor's probably looking to eliminate someone who has that kind of power. But anyway, I guess we can have this guy hopefully open up to us a little bit. Yes, in fact, I am looking to get punched. Because I know that by the law of jerks in games, you are probably going to turn out to have some kind of reasons for being a jerk eventually.
Yeah.
No?
No. But but
Well, yeah, that was definitely not a nice conversation, but I think we are starting to get closer to the truth of the matter with him. And actually, I just realized we actually found a file a few episodes ago that I didn't actually show. High energy field. Basically, the specimen appears to be releasing some large amount of some sort of energy into the air around it. And solid objects emerge from the concentrated areas of the energy field. They're affected by the memories of those in its vicinity. So this thing created a perfect replica of a toy that a guard had in their childhood. So that's, well, interesting, but I guess that'll make more sense later. You know what, I just realized something. A few parts ago, I forgot about, we have 10,000 energy now, and we have these apps, and I haven't bought any of these yet, so I might as well try to just get a few of these. Let me take a couple of those, and I'll get at least one of everything else. No new weapons. You know, I wonder if I should get more of these. She has a shot deflector. See, we haven't actually seen enemies with non-physical attacks yet, so I'm going to hold off on buying one of these. But Shock Absorber is good, especially with all these very dangerous melee enemies running around, so I'll actually take 2 more of those. And maybe 1 more Shock Reflector. And while I'm at it, a couple of these. And I'll actually get a few of these as well. And I guess I'll just cut out the set. Okay, so everyone's equipped. Let's head on out to the gate. Okay, we have 2 missions here. Defensive line. Okay, it's an enemy defensive line, not yours. And Brutal Clash. A massive foe appeal. Okay, right, so I guess that's boss time. And that one, yeah, the missions are certainly picking up in difficulty. So far, this one was 1s and 2s. This one's 3s and 4s. So, my guess is by the end of the game, the missions are going to get fairly difficult. Still can't believe I got a B rank on... Wait, no, that was the good one. That was the one went terribly. Anyway, let's check defensive line. Okay, that's, Tree of Oblivion. That's a creepy name. Path of Protection. Oh! Okay, that's a pretty open arena for that one. Hall of Remembrance and Canal of Memory. Okay, so, Tree of Oblivion. Let's check what enemies we're dealing with here. Okay, these Gravis Ds are really annoying. Really, really annoying. A couple of Fort Ds. And then these things which can inflict status ailments. But it looks like we've got some opportunities for flanking here. See, here's the issue. You have to balance whether or... And Himenor's 1 level below one. So you have to balance whether or not to use people that you like to narrow down for visions, or use people who would actually fit the mission more effectively. So far, Himenor is at the bottom of the battle rankings by quite some margin, so definitely want to bring her here. In fact, I wonder if I could do a pretty good area attack on those enemies if I go for that. Might be able to, though charging her into the enemy defensive line is likely to end in massive, massive disaster. So, if she's on our team, let's check the visions. So, what teams was she a part of? She's been part of teams that have had 2 voices, and part of teams that had 1 voice. Now, the one that had 1 voice, we brought those with us. I have teamed her with Sojiro once. So that's the thing, every team that Sojiro has been a part of has had 2 voices, and that makes me a little suspicious of him. But, see, I think Himenor's been teamed with pretty much everyone by this point. I would kind of like somebody with, let's see, if I actually use both... Oh, yes, I have used both of them in a setup at least once. Now, if we're running into a defensive line, I think Marco might be a good idea here. The thing is, there are only so many team combinations that are possible. Has she ever been on a team with Toya? She has been twice. Again, seeing as he is completely safe, then again though, if I do bring him to a mission, that means that I can use that to narrow down the suspicious voices. This is kind of a tricky decision. But I think I should at least bring you and attempt to flank the enemies like that. Have I ever used you on teams that did not have her? Yeah, I have at least a couple of times. And this is where things get a little... How often have I used him with Mana? I've used him with Mana once. But I have been using her for a lot of missions lately. wonder if maybe I should bring Toya. Now, yeah, Himeno, Marco, Toya, and Agito. If I used a team like this before... Yeah, I guess I have, but not with... Okay, I've used these three before. Just trying to balance out who to narrow down, because I am a little concerned about Sojiro, but if I don't use him here... Again, just trying to narrow down suspicions. Actually, I've used Marco in quite a lot of teams, probably because he's the defensive guy, so I kind of like using him for that, but what if maybe I didn't this time? Yeah, maybe not putting him in here might be better for narrowing down, although that group looks very similar to this group. There are only so many combinations of 6 you can use, that's the issue here. And if I'm using Nagi, where am I putting her? She should probably go in slot 5. Though I have used those two together before, but this time I know that Toya is safe. So these are the 4 that I'm not using. You know, I suppose I could go for this combination. Let's go. Just want to get some good visions out of this, basically.
Let's go.
And I just realized I've got to check what the reward is as well. Okay, this looks like a similar map to one we had before, but it's not quite the same. So in front of us are a couple of those. Yeah, what I want to see is if I can actually get into good range for... not quite. Might need to defer to her, actually, now that I think about it.
Here I go.
So I doubt she can fully get in range of any enemies this turn. Yeah, I guess I'll use you as the defer. Yep, you don't have range to anyone, so yeah, I'll have to use Mana to defer here.
Oh.
Now, let's see if I can get her into position to... Oh, okay, right, the area attack is it's a ranged attack that hits enemies within a certain area, so at most I can get these two. Well, guess I may as well.
How's this?
Well then.
Did slight damage to the two of them. I would have preferred a little more, but can I get a sweep shot in on... Well, I can sweep shot my allies, but that would be stupid. Ugh, I am just out, aren't I? No, don't think I can get in range. Can't even do a regular attack, but I could just go for one of these. And missed completely, despite the fact that I have 2 dex boosts on him, and he still missed. Of course, this is the exact reason... Let's just look around here. No enemies there. I could just fly. Well, that tree's too big to fully fly over. Don't want to get too close to enemies. But I could quite easily sneak up on this thing from behind. And go for that, which can't be countered. Or just use the melee attack that can't be countered. Dive face! And that does a fairly decent amount of damage as a back attack. Okay, can he get within range of... Yeah, can't exactly stand on her or anything like that. But I can get in range for attacking. Randomized damage doesn't exactly sound like the best option, so I'll just attack. And assist time! Well, that takes out one enemy in the flanking operation, and yeah, you're the only one left who has movement. Yeah, we've got two people who can't exactly participate in joint attacks. Oh yeah, because you're out of range, no one can participate in assist attacks here, so I almost reckon that it might actually be best to... Okay, you're in range of them there, so if I can defer to Himeno and give her an extra turn to use Burn to the Ground... It doesn't give me an assist attack though. Oh, but I can just get in range of you and still hit the other one with the area effect attack. That's kind of useful, though. These enemies are being a lot more bulky than I would have expected from them. Oh, I hate you guys. And entering sniper mode. Okay, you two are there. And also sniper mode. Okay, you're both going for my flankers. That at least takes some pressure off of the first group here, which is good. Don't want to get too many assists off. Frost shot. It's not like she's weak to that or anything. Thankfully, you don't get any assists off grinding slash. Okay, that's an area attack. Okay, that's interesting. Ouch. And an assist shot. But I do get a counterattack that does barely anything. Okay, I'm a little worried here. Thankfully, though, okay. Yeah, and I don't have a healer with me. Let's see how many. I can get a double assist on you, but first let's check, her sanity is kind of low as well. You are just out of that area. I almost feel like for now, it's probably best if I... Okay, get a double assist there. Probably best if I go for one of these. And, well, I only needed one assist shot. That's one gone.
Then let's begin.
Yes, I know, your condition's terrible, and I will heal you, but firstly... Or, I could go for a sweep on these guys. Can I get the third enemy in range? Oh, right, and there's a second flyer, drone flyer thingy back there. Okay. I would sort of much rather getting both of you... like that, although I only have an 80% shot at the other one. Now I have 90%. And still 90. I guess I'll go for that. no counters thanks to the area of effect attack. And yeah, those guys have a lot of shot resistance. Let me just check how much their resistance to other things is. Minus 20 melee resistance. Which means I probably should have had mana attack that one. Oh, and Searing Blast can friendly fire. At least I can hit both of these. And that did a pretty decent amount of damage to the enemy shooter there. Speaking of shooters, though... Actually... Can you... It says you can go over there. Unless it's just going around these guys. Okay, that just gets you. So that thing has terrible melee resistance, and I'll get an assist off of that. Dive face! Oh, I was really glad that didn't miss. If that had missed, I would have been very angry. But at least that gets rid of one of those. And yes, now that I have successfully diverted the attention of those guys for now, I can simply... See, it's like that tree is somehow unfazable or something. Can't phase through that tree, but I can... no stealth step. Probably the best he can manage is to defer. Seems like not a bad idea.
Proceeding.
And she can... Let me just see if I can get you both in range of a sweep. Okay. I would prefer if my ally was not in range of that. But that gets both the enemies. Thankfully. And... Wow, nice double kill there.
Let's do this.
That's, gonna... Not really gonna, do much to destabilize Nagi's massive lead in the battle rankings, but still. And I believe, yes, I'll block off Himeno like that, get into a position for some assists, and hopefully I have enough range to use a health capsule plus. No, I don't. I'll have to go back a little bit. That's gonna hopefully increase trust, though. Okay, we've successfully, well, kind of diverted the enemies up there. Ow! Yeah, gotta watch your backs here. That might not have been the best. Nice dodge, though. And assist. And that's gonna hit, isn't it? Yeah, it did. Of course it would. Thankfully, you're not in range. Hello! You've just bunched yourselves up very nicely. Would you like to try my new area attacks? Of course, there's this Ilex, which is probably going to try and back attack somebody. Yep. Not a back attack, though. Okay, now, let me just check something. Yeah, Himeno's sanity is running very low, but if I can see something, I don't think there are any chests left on this map. And let me just try and get someone who can... Toya's already very...
Let's do this. Man,
Can I just get some kind of a mega back attack going? Mega back sweep shot? Yeah, that wasn't a very smart move by you guys, was it? I think I'll just have him swipe this guy. Though you do get a counter. Can't quite check who's ahead in the battle rankings from here. Actually, might just leave him for deferring, because I want her to... I desperately want her to be able to use Searing Blast on those enemies there. But I could use just a quick attack on this one. Ah, terrible damage. Terrible, terrible damage.
Here I go.
Yeah, thankfully you won't need to use your ability all that much more. Actually, you can move a lot further than I thought you could. I can get a torpedo fist on you. I keep thinking that the game's frozen or crashed or something there. But it hasn't. Let's, for now, just get an attack off on you. And finish off before Himeno can use an assist, obviously.
Man, I'm beat. Let's do this.
Okay, firstly, I will use Show to defer.
This is my chance.
Guess I've got no choice.
Wait a minute, though. Oh, great. I'm gonna hit my allies with that, aren't I? And there's no way I can kind of... I should have done that first, shouldn't I? Yes, I think I should have.
Man, I'm beat.
My head.
If I do an attack here, on this one, and I'll get an assist.
How's that?
Wow, nice damage there. Very nice.
Hostile down.
Okay, the reason why I did that is to make sure that even if I do end up accidentally friendly firing people, it does mean that I'm pretty sure every enemy here is going to be dead anyway. Wait, does this work for back attacks? Doubt I can even get any back attacks off. You know, now that I think about it, this could actually be very bad. If all of these enemies don't die...
How's
Oh, that's bad.
Oh, damn.
Is that all?
And I missed one of the enemies. Oh, no! Yep, this is our first instance of Berserk. Okay, when someone's sanity reaches 0, they become uncontrollable and will attack friends or foes indiscriminately. And it fully restores HP and GP. Stats change, so you have lower defense but increased offense. And fear. When other allies are overcome by fear, all sanity costs will increase. Okay. Oh no. Ow, ow, don't counter! Everyone's gone crazy. Nice double dodge there. Yes, if I'm not talking all that much, it's because I've kind of been overcome with fear. Thank you for ending that battle. That could have gone very badly. And I feel bad because Argytog kind of got burnt to the ground. I didn't notice that the, Actually, wait a second. Does Himeno... Yeah, I had a feeling you lose points for going Berserk. Yeah. Well, at least we've seen how Berserk works in this game, and we got an S rank, but at what cost? I believe that's going to lower her trust with Argytog massively. So, that's worrying. Yeah, and it might have lowered her trust with everyone massively. And I get the feeling that she's trustworthy for this floor, so I may have done a very bad thing there. And, well, Nagi got even more, ridiculous results there. Well, at least Himeno levels up from that, and, so she's got 1 GP to spend, and nobody else levels up. And let's check out the suspicious voices now that we know that Toya is safe. That Berserk inflicted me with fear, though. That was worrying.
Let's do this in style.
Trust no one.
We'll cross that bridge when we get there.
2. And we know Toya is not a traitor. That has interesting implications. Oh, hi, Zenji. What? Oh. Yeah, because she went Berserk. Well, I don't think she's a traitor. I think she just lost control of her powers. Yes, she team killed, but well, that was my fault. Huh? Yeah, no, I don't think she's a traitor.
Hey.
Oh, yeah. Well, she did, attempt to knife you, but that was only because she lost control of her powers. Don't get too over suspicious here. Okay, looks like it's spread around a little. Zenji, I think, has the lowest battle record now, so I might have to get him up a bit. And, okay, Himeno has 1 GP. After what she did there, I feel bad for her, the fact that everyone suspects her now after that. See, that's why you gotta be really careful how you use characters here. Okay, that's the skill that I was confusing it for, the one that damages all targets around you. What was the one that I wanted to go for? Was it, Frost Memory would be useful, being able to use a different type of, skill. Of course, I can't quite use Phoenix Wing. And that one requires... Yeah, I think I should level this one up to 2. Just so that I can learn a few... Okay, Frost Mastery requires 3. Or I could add Fire Element attacks too. Anyway. For now, let's see who we can talk to. It would be really ironic if... Yeah, of course we'd get a support up with her after she did that. Of course we would. Yeah, everyone suspects her. She just blew up Agito and went insane. But no. We're increasing our friendship with her. Wow, that was kind of funny. But let's just check the vision screen briefly. Let's also check Himeno. Her trust's okay, but how much does everyone else trust her? Honestly, it didn't actually affect much. Probably because Agito's not really the one to actually blame anyone for anything, because he wants to be friends with everybody. So let's check this. We know that Toya is safe, but we had 2 voices here. The only thing that concerns me, though, is if, despite the fact that Toya is safe, he is still the source of a suspicious voice during this floor, he might still be one of the 3, even though he's safe. In a way, that was the only way I could actually have some of the calculations earlier make sense. But anyway, if we had 2 voices here, interesting, because... And I only have 3 VP. Let me just check something quickly. If we go back to the gate, do any of these missions reward us with extra VP? Gift experience to... Oh, okay, we have to go to Brutal Clash, unless there's another main mission in this one. So it doesn't look like we'll be getting any more VP for a little while, so I've got to be careful how I use my next one. But if we had 2 voices here, we had 2 there, none of these other ones were on the same team we just used. The ones that actually interest me most are the ones that only have 1 voice, surprisingly enough. In fact, I've just realized that every single team that Toya has been on has had 2 voices. I was a little suspicious of Sojiro as well, but I might want to go ahead and use him in one mission just so I can kind of narrow things down. Really what I want is, if I ever got a team that had 3 voices, that is what really concerns me. Because this is a little inconclusive, because a lot of these people were also on the group that only had one voice, but they're also in this group which had... Wait a minute. Hang on a second. This group and this group are identical except for the fact that Zenji was replaced with Toya. And yet now there are suddenly two voices there when there was only one there before. You know what? I think that actually means that Toya was the source of suspicious voices this floor, and yet he's a red herring. So that makes things interesting. If we know that he is the source of one of the voices, that means still... But if that means the remaining voice must come from them, that would imply that you are safe. It would seem. Which is kind of interesting. Which implies the voice is coming from one of you. Yeah, it actually, like, it only makes sense if Toya is the source of one of the suspicious voices, really. So if that is the case then, and we have these others, how can we narrow things down? Well, if we know that there are two voices on... Hang on a minute. That means if you are one of these, that means that there is only one suspicious voice among all the rest of you. I'll actually have to think about this a little more, so I'll see you back here after I've